This week, President Trump and several of his cabinet members have repeatedly stated the war with Iran, specifically Operation Epic Fury, is, quote, essentially over. But the president's timeline for ending the conflict has changed a few times since the war began on February 28th. We have CBS News' Jarred Hill with me now on set for more on this to I guess, explain why. Jarred, good morning.
Good morning, Errol. And we're getting some new rhetoric from the president this morning as well that we're watching out for. But what we're seeing here is that after about 24 hours of the war beginning, Trump announced that it would last for about 4 to 5 weeks. During the month of March, he repeatedly said the U.S. was, quote, ahead of schedule, telling CBS News' Weijia Zhang that the war was, quote, very complete, pretty much. As Trump's 4 to 5 week deadline approached on April 1st, the president offered some mixed messaging. Here are two things he said on April 1st, just hours apart from each other.
The war is going to be over in 3 days. My prediction, it turns out, we're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, a 2-week ceasefire was announced on April 7th, but not before the president issued escalating threats of violence against Iran, saying at a press conference on April 6th, quote, the entire country would be taken out in one night. And on the morning of the 7th, he threatened to wipe out all of Iranian civilization that night in a post on Truth Social.
Since the ceasefire has been in effect, the president also continues to change the timeline of how long that could last. Tell us more.
Yeah, so the ceasefire era was initially set to just be 2 weeks long. Even with the ceasefire in place, the president has changed positions multiple times on whether the Trump administration would extend it past its expiration. On April 20th, he told Bloomberg that it was, quote, highly unlikely he'd extend it without a more long-term deal. And he added this the next morning on CNBC.
So to be clear, you're saying that you need at least the prospects for a signed deal today and tomorrow, or else you would resume bombing Iran?
Well, I expect to be bombing because I think that's a better attitude to go in with, but we're ready to go.
About 8 hours later, the deadline was then extended indefinitely until Iran submitted what President Trump would call a unified proposal for a more long-term peace deal. Then late Sunday, Trump launched a new military operation to escort ships through the Strait of Hormuz, but officially paused that about 24 hours after it started as part of a negotiation for a broader peace deal. Errol, he says there is progress now, something to watch out for.
It's so confusing. Jarred, thank you for that timeline. Appreciate it.